more. Just trying to create something,
to do a couple headliners.
Oh, right on.
And then we got some Bad Fish stuff for the 420 weekend.
Yeah, cool, dude. Cool. Oh man, so you're the driver, huh? You couldn't even get any of your other guys to handle the driving. You're in charge, huh?
Well, my tour manager decided to fly out of Albuquerque this morning, so it left up to me.
All right. All right. Oh, man. Well, Joe, thank you for joining me on the Rock Titan podcast. And again, everybody, I'm Scotty J. Welcome back to Rock Titan. And we got a really cool guest with us because he represents a genre that we've never really covered, and that is reggae.
Really?
And, yeah, dude, you're the first, man. You broke my cherry.
Nice.
Rock Titan is losing their reggae virginity right now. Yes, and I couldn't think of anyone better, man, because when I first heard your music, and I'm not going to pretend that I've, been following you since your inception, but when I did hear your music recently, and I've always liked reggae. Now, I am not a reggae connoisseur. I'm not going to pretend that I know all the reggae bands across the world, but I do love it, and I listen to it on the regular because it's feel-good music. Right?
That's why we do it.
I tell you, I've never heard any reggae that made me want to start a fight.
You'd be surprised. Some crowds get kind of rowdy.
Oh man! So Joe Samba, and I'm pronouncing your last name correctly, right? Samba?
Yes, sir.
All right.
That's it.
So one of the things that caught me right away. And again, everybody, this is my own ignorance. So for all you keyboard warriors out there, feel free to have at me. I don't care. But I don't necessarily think of New England when I think of reggae. I'm thinking of being in the Keys where, you moved for a while and lived there. But I know you're back up in New England again, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, sir.
Right. So even though you're out on tour right now, and again, everybody, they just wrapped up with Pepper. Now they're going on some solo dates. And if you are, check out the links that we have here to Joe Samba's stuff so you can see the tour dates because they're going to be going out with Bad Fish, tribute to Sublime, which I love me some Sublime, man. I've listened to those guys tons over the years. But so getting back to it, I don't think of New England when I think of reggae. I think of the Caribbean, and of course it originated in Jamaica, and all that. What got you into reggae, man? How did you gravitate toward that as a musician?
Well, honestly, you kind of just brought it up. Sublime got me into a lot of, different genres because the way Brad Nowell wrote his music or was inspired to write his music. There was a lot of different types of music in it. And I've always been inspired by that because I've listened, I was in a metal band back in the day. My dad plays bass, so I was raised on funk and soul R&B, and I listen to everything. So at least through the genre that I'm in is like the Americanized reggae rock genre. You'll definitely get a lot of that Caribbean inspired sound, but I like to think I'm doing things a little different than the norm. And you honestly like being from New Hampshire, like you said, there wasn't, at least I thought there wasn't much going on, but the more I dove deep into the bands, I realized that maybe not the bands themselves, but there's members of Slightly Stupid that are out of Massachusetts. The band The Elevators, they're from the South Shore of Massachusetts.
Okay.
Roots of Creations from New Hampshire, and the more I got involved in New England, the more I realized holy crap, there actually kind of is a reggae scene here, which is kind of at first was weird, but now it seems just super common.
That's awesome. See, now I never would have guessed. Oh my God. But dude, I mean, you do it like you're a native, man. I mean, if I didn't know better, I'd think you were Jamaican, or from at least one of the islands, man, because you do it really well. Now, your last full-length album.
Thanks, bro.
Sincerely. Your last full-length album, if I'm not mistaken, Far From Away, came out in 2022. And
Far From Forever.
Yeah, Far From Forever. Yeah. And so I know the big single that you have out right now is Create Something, which
yes, sir,
I love. and you redid that recently. Like, or I should say, you didn't redo it, but you just put out another version of it featuring John Brown's Body.
Yes, sir.
What made you do that?
Well, I mean, to segue back to Northeast-based reggae bands, John Brown's Body is like one of those like OG like bands for me. Like they as far as like reggae sound and the rhythm section, they were just like the best. Their horn section, they were one of those bands that I listened to all the time. And their singer Elliot Martin, when I put out my first single, How We Do, he randomly reached out to me on Facebook one day and was like, "Hey, been following your stuff, love it.
Wow.
Keep it coming." And that
Wow.
alone, I was like, Elliot Martin just messaged me and tell me he likes my stuff. That's cool. And then fast forward to now, you know, a couple of years have gone by, a few years have gone by, and I I started working on this new like minor rendition of my song, and on a whim, honestly, last time I talked to him was that message he sent to me, and I was like, "Would you want to be on this new version of Create Something?" And right away, he was like, I mean, he was like, you know, I'm still making music and whatnot, but send the track maybe. And then like the next day, he sent me all the lyrics were done, all the tracks were done. He just sent everything over, and he was like, "I loved it, super stoked to be a part of it." And it's like just one of those pinch me moments, getting to work with him, and you know, full circle type of deal too, because like they were one of the first bands that I got into.
Wow, man, that's amazing. That's such high praise. I mean, like for me, being in the podcast world and just being a conversationalist and just enjoying speaking with such unique individuals like yourself, for me, I guess the parallel would be like, if Joe Rogan were to reach out to me saying, "Hey, man, I love your style. I love how you do your podcasting. Why don't you come on my show? And we could talk." I'd be like,
That'd be epic.
"What?" I mean, that's
Yeah,
really, really
man.
cool. Oh my God. Oh my God. So, so even though you're on the tour trail right now, I know you're up there in New England, and I know your dad was a major influence on you, just from a musician perspective, because, like you said, he was a musician. So I know you, began playing guitar and everything like that from a relatively young age. But one thing that got me, Joe, and this is just for my own sanity more than anything else, because I think I'm probably old enough to be your dad, and I have younger kids, and they would call me Boomer. My kids are they're in college. Well, my son's in the Air Force. His twin sister is a junior in college for music education. She wants to be a music teacher. But
Awesome.
when they were in high school, they'd be like, "Whatever, Boomer." I'd talk about whatever, Boomer. And you're calling your dad Boomer, and I'm like, dude, Boomers are like World War II, man. That's like my parents' generation. I'm not a Boomer. So you, is your dad like older, like from that
my
post
my
World War II
dad
era?
my dad straight up is a boomer. He's a
Okay,
boomer.
so he's a real
Oh
baby
yeah,
boomer.
he's a real baby boomer. He was born in '58,
Okay,
I think.
okay, so he would be
So
a boomer. All right.
he's a boomer, and he a little bit inspired my song "Boomer Economy," just a bit.
Oh man, that's okay. So I feel better now. So now I'm gonna go back to my kids and be like, "Yo, I just talked with Joe Samba. Okay, I am not a boomer. Don't ever call me a boomer
You're not a
again.
boomer.
Let's get that over and done with. Okay. Oh man.
You
So
don't got that many craze.
yeah. It's the camera, man. It's I'm further out. I'm not using any filters or anything like that, but yeah, I'm starting to get the white wispies in there and everything like that. But it is what it is. But one of the other things I'm curious about, Joe, because like with hip hop, there's like a very territorial thing. There's always kind of been that competition, East Coast versus West Coast, hip hop, and there's just that rivalry. Is there any such kind of rivalry within the reggae community?
I honestly no.
No.
It's if anything, there's a lot more encouragement.
Right on.
Like, you got to get your ass to Cali, dude. Come out here. Where it's pretty cool, man. Every there's these bigger bands, and sometimes I get like we just did Cali Vibes Festival, and normally I'll get like this imposter syndrome, like I'm hanging out backstage and Jack Johnson's chilling right there, and like
Oh man, I love
Slightly
him, man.
Stupid's chilling right there, and it's like holy crap. But like this past Cali Vibes, I felt like a peer. I felt like I was supposed to be there for the first time, and it just feels good. Everyone's super. It's a really strong community. The reggae rock scene, whether it's East Coast, West Coast, everything in the middle. Everyone's super encouraging, and they just want to do what's best for the scene and have it keep growing. And these festivals have been great. Whether there's Levitate Festival in the Northeast where I'm from. We just did Reggae Rise up in Florida, and then this Cali Roots that we're doing later in May, and it's just a really strong scene all around.
That's
Pretty cool.
awesome, man. Oh God. Well, like I said, when I need some feel good music, when I just need to chill, that's definitely what I'm going to. I love me my heavy metal and hard rock and all that stuff, but
Same
sometimes it
here.
can make me feel a little aggressive. When I just
Yeah,
need to
angsty.
chillax. It's like, I need to calm down. I need a smile on my face. And so that's where I go. But oh man, so in terms of touring, bands that you've been with, obviously you've been with some of the heavy hitters in the industry, and you're going to be continuing to do so. But I always love to kind of plant seeds, I mean, I'm kind of known for this, when I get to talk with a musician such as yourself, and you're talking about, whether it is trying to get your music as part of a soundtrack, get it more commercialized, get it in TV, get it in movies, commercials, whatever, or even if it's just inspiring a collaboration with another artist. One of my favorite bands that kind of do have that reggae vibe, to a certain extent, 311. Have you ever done anything
Oh
with
yeah.
311? And is that anything you and your guys have talked about? Anything that is there a chance that might ever happen?
I have not been able to work with 311 yet, but they do this thing called the 311 Cruise every year. I
Yeah,
really hope to be able to play that in the next couple of years, and just hitting the road with them in general because, dude, they're legendary. They're 311.
dude,
Of
I know
course, I would
that's
love to work with them.
yeah. I mean, between them and Sublime, back in the '90s, that's who
Yeah.
I came up with, through the ranks. But
Hell yeah.
oh man, now one thing I think that's really cool about you, Joe, and again, everybody, we are here with Joe Samba. Reggae
Oh,
extraordinaire, man. I cannot wait to turn people onto your music because it is so killer. But you
oh,
got a
thanks. I
dude,
really appreciate it.
you got a lot of videos, which I love because I miss the glory days of MTV, when you just could go out to a dedicated channel and you're just watching music videos all day long, getting little tidbits of what's going on in the music world, music news, and all that good stuff. Which obviously we know that doesn't necessarily exist anymore at any capacity. When people need to see their music videos, they're all going out to YouTube, but there's not
Yeah,
really any dedicated channel to the music entertainment industry anymore, which breaks my heart. But music videos, you have been very dynamic in that area. You've been very, very busy. How much fun is it for you personally doing music videos? Because not all musicians necessarily like doing them. It's kind of like a necessary evil for marketing and advertising and stuff like that. Do you actually enjoy doing them?
for sure.
Yeah.
I love doing music videos. Love them. I work with a studio directly in where I'm from, out of Manchester, New Hampshire, called Revelry Studios, and my buddy Tyler, he directs all my videos, and it's more of a collaboration with ideas. I'm a big goofy guy, so I like to make them fun and entertaining for people. And at least in my scene, you get a lot of the same like get this drone shot of you singing on the beach, and like and we get some of that in there, but like there's not much fun comedy. Everything's kind of serious, so I wanted to be the
Right.
differentiation of what's going on. Try
Yeah.
to put my personality in there a little bit and be a goofball. And
That's cool. You do it well. You do it well. Now, I've only ever seen you playing the guitar, like in your videos and stuff like that. Do you play any other instruments?
so yeah, I mean, I play a little of everything. um both my records I produced myself. I mean, I've hired a lot of different musicians to play on them.
Okay.
My buddy Matt engineers everything. But I play everything from bass to guitar. I'm a vocalist first and foremost.
Right on.
I did drum lessons when I was a kid. Did piano lessons, so a little everything.
Oh wow. Okay,
I'm
so you are well versed.
I'm mediocre at everything.
Right on, man. Yeah, yeah. What is that old adage they say? Something master of none. What is that? Oh, I'm drawing a brain fart on it, man. Whatever. It's all good. But so
I know the quote you're looking for. Jack of all trades,
Jack of all
master of
trades,
none.
master of none. Thank
Yeah.
you, Joe Samba. Yes, that's
Yes.
exactly what I was looking for. But in terms of new music, because we've already talked about Create Something, which again was off your 2022 album. Then you redid it with John Brown's Body. But what can we be looking forward to in 2023, man? You got another full-length album coming up or what?
Yeah, honestly, I've just been demoing like crazy. I've been doing voice memos on my phone. I have a lot of really good ideas that when I get back home in April, I'm going to start really organizing, and then hopefully in May start pro tracking everything, working with a couple different producers. By the end of 2023, there should be a whole lot of new sounds coming out.
Right on, man.
But right now, honestly, we've just been touring like crazy, getting ready for summer touring, and spending as much time with my fam when I'm home as I can. That's really
Right on, man.
everything
Right
right
on.
now.
And you're a dad now, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, how old is your old? How many kids do you have, and how old are they?
Just one son. He just turned 1 year old.
Oh
1 year
my
old.
gosh, dude! How much of an eye opener has that been for you, and has that inspired you in any other ways? Does it
It's
make
been
you
a
look at life
trip.
and your music any differently?
Oh yeah, it's hard not to be inspired
Yeah.
and get the creative juices flowing. Having his name's Salvatore in our lives, and it's one of those things. It's like, how the hell did I live 30 years without this little dude? And it's like it's life's just beginning, figuratively and literally. It's pretty wild.
Joe, I know how it feels, man, and all I can tell you is I've spoken with many a musician, and road dogs at that, which I know you evidently are, and you need to be. You need to be in this industry. You
Have
need to
to.
share your music with as many people out there live as you can. I mean, that's where it's at. But at the same time, these years, with your kids, man, they go by so fast. You don't
I
want to
can't
miss
believe
them.
it's already been a year. It's wild.
Dude, I know, man. I mean, I have twins that are going to be 21 at the end of May, and then my youngest just turned
Wow.
15, and I'm just like, whoa, when in the heck did that happen? It's just it's crazy. So all I'm saying is enjoy it, man. Enjoy every minute
Absolutely.
of it. So as you're driving, because we can all see you're in a car right now, and you got your posse in the back of that car, where are you guys headed?
Everybody say hello.
You are on
We're all
Rock Titan.
tired. We're on our way to Charleston, South Carolina from Albuquerque, New Mexico. We kind of just started the drive, so we got a couple days of driving, but then we got a couple headliners in Charleston at the Poorhouse
Okay.
and the Richmond, Virginia Music Hall. Grab your tickets.
Yeah. No, we're gonna have all the links to your tour dates and your website and all your videos and all that beautiful stuff right now. I know you
Hell
got to get
yeah.
going. Yeah, I don't want to hold you up from
No, it's all good, man.
from driving. But everybody, again, we're here with Joe Samba, and his reggae music is absolutely phenomenal. And just go check him out. Videos, very entertaining,
Shucks.
very fun, dude. I'm telling you, man. I mean, you're on my playlist now, man. I officially have added a new artist to my
That's awesome, man.
to my listening pleasures, and you're in it, man. You're in it. So, Joe,
Well, we're live from Mr. Gas Mart over here,
oh, there you
as
go.
you can see.
Love it,
So,
love it, love it, love it. Oh
live
man,
from the road.
right on, baby. Right on. Well, Joe, thank you again for joining me on Rock Titan. And again, everybody, I hope you have enjoyed this podcast between me and Joe Samba. And show us a little bit of love. Go out to his channel. Show him some love. Go check it out. I tell you what, you need to just sit back and chill and just some feel good music, Joe Samba's it. So
Grab a beer and a joint and hang out and listen to tunes.
there you go. There you go,
Yeah,
everybody.
baby.
So, those final thoughts. I'm Scotty J. We're out.
Thanks, Scott.
Thanks again for watching. Please remember to subscribe to us on YouTube and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can also catch us at www.rocktitan.tv.